today we're going to talk about building a home gym when you have a limited amount of space. You might not have a lot of money, but you don't have a nice size garage to get like a nice barbell, squat rack, that kind of stuff. I'm going to talk to you about equipment that takes up minimal space that allows you to still get a great workout. My goal for you is so that someone who's starting out or has minimal space can start to put together a home gym that's going to be good enough to get them through the days where maybe they can't make it to the gym, maybe they have to stay home for a little bit like in quarantine or something like that, or they just want to get started working out and need to know where to begin and what they should buy. All right, so let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to go through this list. I'm going to talk about, because I don't know what your goals are. Everyone's goals are going to differ. So I want to talk about a little bit of everything. So I'm going to talk about some cardio, some weight training equipment, and different pieces of equipment that I think everyone should have. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out by talking about the most minimalist equipment and get into some more bigger things or more expensive things. All right, so the first thing I want to remind you, and this is kind of just to get this out of the way. If you're starting and you want to work out and you don't have a lot of space to store equipment or anything, just remember, you can get an awesome workout from just body weight. You can do push-ups, sit-ups, burpees, all kinds of different things just using body weight. You don't need equipment to get a great workout all the time. Go to YouTube, go to websites. There's all kinds of great workouts out there that'll allow you to work out with just body weight. Okay, we've got that out of the way. Let's say you do want to buy some stuff. All right, so let me start out with some small items. So the first small item that literally takes up no space, that you can fit into a dresser drawer, desk drawer, takes up no space and allows you to get a good workout, bands. Any kinds of bands allow you to do virtually any kind of exercise that you could do in a gym. You can actually, there are bands that are strong enough that allow you to feel like you're using real solid heavy weights. And you can get a great workout with exercise bands. They're inexpensive and they take up no space. Next piece of equipment, let's say you're like, I really want to buy some weights. I like to lift. I personally am not a fan of bands. I like to lift weights. I think bands are okay. Some people love them. Some people hate them. I'm on the camp that doesn't prefer them too much. I like to have weights. So what I recommend that I would personally much rather have over bands, a nice set of dumbbells. There are several different kinds of dumbbells that I recommend people purchase. When you're looking at dumbbells and you don't have space, I totally recommend a pair of adjustable dumbbells. So adjustable dumbbells fall in two categories. The kind that you can add weight to, like add 1-inch plates to the sides of them that screw on. Or you can get something like the Power Block. Power Block is going to be more expensive, but usually the Power Block will be like from 5 to 50 pounds and allow you to even add more weight than that on it. They're really cool, but they are a little pricey. Whereas a nice set of twist-on adjustable dumbbells might cost you hardly anything, like just $20 to $50 for your first pair. Maybe they're only 20 pounds each or 10 pounds each, and you start there, but it allows you to really expand them. I really like the twist kind for that reason. They take up a little bit of space. They're really inexpensive. You can easily store them under a bed or in a closet. Dumbbells allow you to virtually do every exercise with weight. I love dumbbells. The other cool thing about dumbbells is as you expand, let's say you join a gym. Let's say you get a bigger place and you're like, I'm going to buy a full home gym kind of thing. You can always use those dumbbells for life. They will last you. They don't take up space. They're a great addition to any big home gym. They will be great for the days you don't feel like going to your gym and it's like, these rainy day, you don't feel like going in. You can lift at home with those dumbbells. Always a great addition. All right. Alongside of dumbbells, we have kettlebells. Now, I love kettlebells. I use them myself. I have many different size kettlebells that I use for all kinds of different exercises. But for a beginner, if you have a choice, I would highly recommend dumbbells over kettlebells because dumbbells are more versatile. Now, if you're interested in kettlebell type workouts or that's all you can get, they are great and I love them and I think beginners can totally use them. I just think that overall dumbbells are a better choice if you only have one and you're not quite sure. But kettlebells work as well. You can find them relatively inexpensive, but you do have to buy like multiple sizes of them depending on what you're doing. So, my recommendation is stick to dumbbells until you really need kettlebells. If you're not sure, just go to dumbbells. All right, the next thing I recommend is a bench. There are fold-up benches that can fold up against a wall, that can fold up to be able to maybe fit under a bed, that can be tucked against a wall, hidden in a corner, because they fold pretty flat and they don't take up a lot of room when they're doing that. So keep that in mind when I say bench. A bench is a versatile piece of equipment that allows you to take those dumbbells or bands and do all kinds of additional exercises. It's really great, allows you to do things like you can all of a sudden do chest press and different things like that that would be very difficult to do without a bench. So I highly recommend you look into a bench. You can find them, they're really inexpensive. When I say inexpensive, I mean like you can find a decent fold-up one for $100, maybe less. There are cheap ones on Amazon for like $50, and there are very expensive ones that you can buy in other places, other fitness sites. But you can find a cheap fold-up bench that will work for what you're doing. All right, the next thing does not take up a lot of space, adds a significant amount to your workout, a pull-up bar. A pull-up bar can be attached to a door frame, but maybe you're renting and you can't get a screw-in one. So what you can do, there are pull-up bars that you can get that just you hang on the door frame. They don't actually have to be screwed in or attached anywhere. And you can do all kinds of back exercises with pull-ups. They're a great workout. Something I highly recommend you get. All right, next thing. Next thing is simple. Next thing is cardio. Next thing fits in your drawer with your bands. It is a jump rope. Super simple, super cheap. You can buy these for so cheap at Walmart or any store, Target, whatever, Dick's Sporting Goods. You can buy them for super cheap. They're great for cardio. It's a great piece of equipment to add to what you have. All right, next thing. This next thing that I want to talk about is a little bigger. It can kind of take up space and it's a little more pricey, but I did just want to mention it in this video. And it is in general fold-up equipment. So there are fold-up squat racks that go onto a wall. So in order to have a fold-up squat rack, you need to have the wall space. But the cool thing is you're only taking up the space on like the floor when you're using the rack. Otherwise, it's folded up against the wall. So it's not taking up a lot of square footage otherwise. So if you can't bolt something to your wall, these aren't going to work for you. But they can work for some people, and I did want to mention them if you're not familiar with them. They can get a little pricey, let's say like $350 to like $650 for like a general one. So you're looking at a little more money for something like this too. But I did just want to mention it for those of you that might have the wall space, but not necessarily the floor space that you can dedicate to this all the time. These fold-up racks are the kinds of things you might see in like an MMA or jiu-jitsu gym where they don't want to take up the mat space unless they're using the piece of equipment so they can fold it up against the wall. That's where those are great. But maybe it can work for you, so I did just want to mention it. All right, next things I want to talk about are all cardio. And there's 3 pieces of equipment that I love for cardio when I don't want to take up space. The first one is super basic. It is a pair of running shoes. So you can always go outside and run, go outside and walk, do all kinds of exercises in running shoes. If you do not have a good pair of running shoes, I totally recommend that you go to a running store, get fitted, learn the type of running shoes you should get. The next thing that I want to recommend, another piece of cardio equipment, is your bike. If you have a bike already, go outside and bike. Now, maybe you're like, I don't have room for a bike. But some people, even when they live in a small studio, store their bike on the ledge outside on their porch. They might store it in their house. It's just kind of part of their house, that kind of thing. If you have a bike is awesome. And my next piece of equipment to add onto the bike, because when it's winter and you can't go outside because it's snowing or it's pouring outside rain, you can't use your bike. So I recommend you get a bike trainer. You can get a cheap bike trainer on Amazon for under $100. Super good ones will cost over $1,000, so they vary in price quite a lot. But a bike trainer allows you to ride your bike in the house. Literally takes 30 seconds to put your bike on the trainer, 30 seconds to get it off. So the bike trainer itself folds up. It can easily go under a bed, easily go under a desk, easily go in a closet and hide itself. So it takes no equipment, and you don't have to have an exercise bike, and you can actually work out from home because you have a bike with a trainer. Awesome piece of equipment. I have one in my office. I use it all the time. I put my road bike on it, and I can bike whenever it's raining, whenever it's snowing, in my office with my trainer. The trainer takes up no space. It is an awesome piece of equipment. All right, so that's my equipment list, right? That's everything. If you're starting out, you have no space, this is a great starting point for you. Now, I want to say that I did not talk about every single piece of equipment in the world. There are other things out there. There are sandbags, there are jump boxes, there are all kinds of different things. But I wanted to give you a good basic idea of some good starting points for you. You know, you get some of this equipment, you start out, what's going to happen is after 8 to 12 weeks, you're going to be like, you know what, I need this. I really want to be able to do this. I don't need to be able to do this. You start to learn what you want and what you need. And this is a good comprehensive list to get you started. That was my goal here. Let me just review everything. Body weight exercises, bands, exercise bands, dumbbells, kettlebells, a bench, pull-up bar, jump rope, fold-up equipment, running shoes, a bike, and a trainer for your bike. That was my list. Very basic, very simple, but allows you to work out from home. Get a great workout, whether that's cardio, build some muscle, lose some fat, whatever it is you're trying to do, just get healthy. Allows you to get moving, which is the goal, from home. Whatever gets you motivated to exercise is what you should have. So I hope this helped you out. Let me know what you actually have, what you're doing, what your space is like in the comments below. I'm really curious to hear because I love this topic. I love exercise and fitness. I love talking it with people. So let me know. Thanks all. Have a great day.